for the first one is without using calculator, solve this inequality. The first thing is you never cross multiply. Never ever cross multiply. Why? Because you don't know for sure whether 4 minus x is positive or negative, or x squared minus 3x. When it's negative, you need to flip the sign, inequality, right? So when it's positive, you don't need to flip. But the thing is, you need to flip when it's when something is negative or positive. So you can't do that. What you need to do is actually bring the things over. Okay, please practice. If you forgotten this, try later. So bring this over, 4 minus x less, at most 0. Then what you need to do next is this. We're going to combine them. Now, what is important is to know that in inequality, we are from the first page to here, we are looking at what? Factorized form. Why do we factorize? Because we are studying how the factors interact with each other. Okay, so that's why you always factorize it out. So I'm factorizing it. This is 1. Then you do this as x minus 4. This is x minus 4. Here, common factor. This is 4 minus x here. This is, we need this to be x minus 4. So I'm going to just multiply minus 1 top and bottom. I show you how it's done. Multiply by minus 1, multiply by minus 1. This will be minus 1, okay, less than or equals to 0. Good job. X plus 6 over x minus 4, x plus 1. I try not to skip step here. I'm very tempted to skip step, but it's x plus 6 plus x plus 1 over 2x plus 7, x minus 4, less than or equal to 0. Okay, then you can do your inequality there, which is actually you just gonna do leave it up. So just be 4. Negative 7 over 2 is here. Test point. Very big value is positive here. But of course we cannot equals to the denominator here. Cannot equals to the denominator here. Can equals to this one here. Take note. So then positive, negative, positive, negative. Then we're gonna be like here. So hence x at most okay. This case here, you are looking at x, you substitute x as modulus x, right? So what you do is you just substitute x as modulus x, what we did just now. So for part 2, sub x as mod x. So this case here, very quickly, you can say that mod x is less than negative 7 over 2 or minus 1 x 4. Is it 4? Equals to 4, right? Yeah. So because mod x is bigger or equal to 0, so you reject this one. Okay, this one need to reject because modulus x cannot be negative. So once you're done, same thing, this one is here. You can't be negative. So what you do is you just put the boundary condition here, put a stopping limit there. So essentially this tells you that, sorry, this is mod x. So this is mod x, right? Essentially it tells you that you need a stopping limit below, so but you can just ignore because actually you can just ignore. Guys, just ignore this one. So this will be mod x less than 4. So this is x4 and negative 4. That's about it. You can just ignore the negative sign because it really doesn't matter. It will just you solve for this one and you solve for this one, you overlap it, is the same. So I show you for modulus sign, this sign can be ignored because if you split this up and split this up, This is 0 mod x, or mod x less than 4. Okay. So this case here, this will tell you that x all real value. This is all real value because it's x bigger than 0 or x less than or equals to 0. Of course, this is all real value lah. Okay, x is all real value. Every number is or actually it's n, not all. So this case here will be x, 4 and minus 4. The real value in this is just this lah. So the moral of the story, you can just ignore this. You don't really care about this 0 there. Okay, you just ignore the modulus there. So the question now is, how do we make sense of this? If you're confused, what you do is you just draw a line, modulus line, using graphing calculator. The modulus x graph looks like what? Modulus x graph looks like a V shape lah. 0, right? So what you actually want is to solve this graph here. Now, know how to get your modulus. Your modulus is here, second table set, math, number, absolute, then put this as x. Then you just put 4 and -1. Now, what this means is, what I want is y1 and y2. This is y equals to 4. This is y equals to -1. And this is y equals to mod x. I want the x value which gives me in between -1 and 4. So when I draw this graph out, it looks something like that. This is y equals to mod x. Okay, so when you draw the line out, this is y equals to 4, this is -1, and this is y equals to 4. Okay, so basically this is the graph that you're looking at, like that. I want the value which I want the mod x value to be between these two lines here, because between you want it between -1. So meaning to say, the y value which gives us between there will be here and here. Anything more than that, so it's just here and here, which is between the value. So it's here and here. And mod, this happens to be x equals to 4, -4, and 4. Okay? So that's why the answer is -4 and 4. You can just solve it graphically if you want to. Mod x must be at least 0, but it means that we can take a positive value 4. It's fine. Okay, but not 0 here. So just make sure this part is okay. Okay. Part B, you have to know that you cannot use algebraic method, and if they never ask for exact value, you can use graph. Non-exact can use graph. So a lot of times students don't know when to use graph or not. When they never ask for exact, just use graph. They never say algebra or without using calculator, you just use graph. Okay, you see all these will say without using calculator. So you no choice, but you have to just use the calculator, right? So I mean the algebraic method. So for part B, you just use graph. Just remember you can use graph. So when you sketch it, it will be B. Now remember one thing. Remember. When you draw a graph, what you need to know is are the asymptotes. Okay. So now you see graphing techniques, right? Stretches from functions to inequalities to graph to transformation or whatnot, right? All these knowing your asymptotes things, right? It will come and haunt you at each and every chapter. So you need to make sure that your answer for your graph is not koyak. Okay, this is very important. So less than -x/3. This is important. Then what we need to do is actually gonna go key in calculator here, ln x. So here. So this is ln x plus 3, right? Plus 6, sorry. And then this one will be -x/3, right? Yeah. Okay. This is the graph here. Okay. Now this is the important part, very important. So you solve this one here. This is 3 marks only. I mean, 3 marks is quite a lot. It's 1.5% of the oral paper. So this one here, x equals to minus 6. Remember, there's a vertical asymptote. Don't think that there's no vertical asymptote. VA is where x plus 6 is equals to 0. So this is where x is equals to negative 6. Important information. When you draw a graph, it looks something like that. Y, x. So this is y equals to ln x plus 6. The next one would be, you draw a straight line, right? Like that. So I'm going to draw a straight line here. Like that. Is it correct? This is correct. No. Yeah. Pass through the origin. Why I'm so stupid. This one is passing through origin. Then you just calculate the intersect. Learn this one. I'm not going to go through. You just calculate minus 3.14608. You should know how to use your calculator already. So I'm not going to. This one here is minus 3.146. Minus 3.146. Okay. Here, this is minus 3.146. Okay, there you go. Now, once done, you ask yourself, you want the graph of x minus 3, negative 1/3, to be bigger than this graph here. So, meaning to say, this graph, this straight line here, have to be bigger, have to be above this line here, okay? Because you want this to be bigger, you see this bigger, this is bigger, right? So now, what we ask ourselves, this part here, the long graph will be above the line here. So this is not what we want, right? So this is not what we want. What we actually want is when this line here is above the long graph. So it's this region here. You realize that a lot of times students forgotten about this asymptote here. Okay, this asymptote here is the one which kills students a lot. So what you want is actually your solution is actually from here, not equals to 6, but equals to this point here. Okay, so the solution set is x bigger than negative 6 and equals to negative 3.15 3SF. Don't need exact, so you can just leave it like that.